Good, y'all? It's your boy Untamed. Yeah, boy. Coming at you live for another episode of the Man What Podcast. Man, what?
Man, what?
I'm here with my favorite co-host, Khalil Jamal. Coming off a nice little birthday. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
What's the deal?
I'm good, man. I feel great. 31. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like 31 is really a big difference from 30, so it kind of feel the same, bro. Like it's different when you say it, but the feeling is the same. You know what I'm saying? It's like the difference between
you officially in your
20.
30s, man.
Yeah. It feel like that too. Shit. It feel like that too.
You officially in your 30s, man.
Yeah, buddy.
That's crazy. We getting old, man. We getting old. We getting old
older.
as dirt, man.
We getting older. We getting better. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure from the time that I was born up until now, there has been some type of rock that turned into dirt in my 31 years here. So, hey, I guess what you're saying is true, bro. I guess what you're saying is fucking true. But I had a good birthday though. It was cool. Went out to eat. I actually worked during my birthday weekend too. So like. You know what I'm saying?
Working during your birthday is crazy.
Well, not on my
Guess
actual.
You gotta get the money.
Not on my actual birthday, but like, kinda low key, cause I go in at midnight. So it's Friday technically when I'm getting ready for work. It's my birthday, but when I'm at work, by the time I clock in, it's March 29th. So you know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother day. You feel me?
Okay.
But it was cool. Went out to eat. Went to like the like in Vegas, they got these like hidden bars and different casinos and shit, right? Like on some mafia mob cool type shit, right? Like if you know type shit. So I went to this like hidden bar in this casino. It was dope. The DJ was dope as hell. It was cool. It was the vibe. But
that's what's up, man. I'm glad you had a good birthday.
I appreciate it.
Glad you turned up with your loved ones. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
That's what's up, man.
What about you? What's been going on down in H-Town,
man? I'm chilling.
Man. What's going on in H-Town?
Man, I'm chilling. I'm big chilling. You know what I mean? Nothing specific. Nothing sexy happened. You feel me? It was all just regular. Nothing sexy happened.
I like that description of shit. Nothing sexy happened. Like some, you know what I'm saying? It's some shit happened, but nothing sexy.
Yeah. Nothing extra. You know what I mean? I just been chilling, bro. I've been good though. I feel good. I look good, man. I smell good.
Yeah, eating good too. I seen you post some other shit the other day. What was that?
You know what I'm saying? I'm always eating good, man. It depends, cause you know I be posting shit all the time, man.
What was the last thing you posted? Like I think it was the last thing you posted. It was like some type of. Well, I don't know if it was. It might have been crabs. I don't know. Lobster. What you was eating?
Oh yeah. You know, went to a little seafood boil. Had the crabs.
Okay.
Had the shrimps. Had the potatoes. Had the sausage.
Yo,
you know what I mean? Had the crawfish.
Have you and your lady, or even just you, went to this spot? Damn, it's not on the south side. It's near the south side, but it's called Anna's. It's Anna's.
I heard of Anna's.
Nigga.
I heard of Anna's, but I never went there.
Hey, bro.
I never went there.
Hey, bro. Go ahead and take that trip, bro.
Man, come on, bro. First of all, if you think I'm finna take seafood advice from somebody who don't even partake, come on, bro.
Look,
you think I'm finna take seafood advice from somebody who don't even eat shellfish?
You don't even gotta ask me, bro. Like, you don't gotta ask me. Like, I'm telling you, anybody in Houston will tell you. Like, it's like a if you know joint. So if you go to Anna's, like they don't just do like crab legs and like crawfish type shit. They do fish, you know what I'm saying? They do the little corn and potatoes too. All that shit is just as
Okay,
important.
that's my type of party. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
my type of party.
And hey, the fries is off the chain. I think they like freshly cut them bitches or something, bro. But yeah, and it's the truth. And it's the truth, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna see about it.
Bet. But
I'm gonna see about it.
But I guess getting into the first topic, man.
What's up? What we talking about today?
Man,
wait. Before we do that, man, I want to thank all of our new subscribers, all of our new followers.
Yes.
Y'all make sure y'all go and follow us at Man What Podcast on every single social media. We up, we running, and you know what I'm saying? We putting it on for the cities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
sir.
shout out to everybody that's coming through, and if you watching this, make sure you click that like button, leave a little comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If y'all tapping in weekly and y'all haven't hit that subscribe button yet, what are you doing? Let's go ahead and tap in with us. You know what I'm saying? We got the clips. We got the Eps.
Sure do.
We got the Eps. We got that stuff that you're looking for. If this pop up in your algorithm, I know that you into hip hop culture. I know that you into fashion. I know that you into entrepreneurship. I know that you into podcasts. You probably clicked over this from watching Joe Budden, huh? I know you did.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? You probably clicked over this watching some Rory and Mal, huh? Some Math Hoffa.
Show love.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, shout out to you if you clicked on this video coming from battle rap. You feel me? Because we come from that. Nigga, do you remember when Cassidy battled Freeway? We that old now, my nigga. We that old now. Bro. We come from the Cassidy battling Freeway era. Y'all wasn't there. Y'all was not there, bro.
Come on, you really showing our ages up here, bro. That's crazy.
Hey, look, bro. I don't want to be no young nigga. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Like, I'm
me
cool.
either. The YNs nowadays is crazy, bro.
I'm cool, bro. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool with being where I'm at, my nigga. I feel good at 31. I feel good in my 30s, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? And then I just feel like YNs respect that more than an old nigga trying to be a young nigga. You feel me? Like, or an older nigga trying to be a young nigga. It's like,
that's a
bro,
fact.
Accept where you at. Accept your place in this shit. Like, niggas, I ain't gonna lie. When niggas first start calling you that shit is a little jarring. You like, damn, hold on, nigga. But once you really start to sit in it, like, damn, I done had years of experience in life now, nigga. And niggas 31, nigga done been through this relationship, this type of relationship, then dealt with this situation, lost this person. You can understand why a nigga that's 18, 19 look at you like,
cause my grown ass man.
You feel me? Cause on top of that, you gotta then start to move into that space of like, yo, these niggas is looking at me like, yo, I'ma model my shit after this. You know what I'm saying? You never want to be that old nigga or that older nigga that's steering young niggas into doing some crash shit and then calling them stupid when they do that crash shit that they low key got from you. Now at the end of the day, they their own men, they make their own decisions. But you also gotta be aware of how you carrying yourself. So
yeah.
I'm saying,
I agree.
Shout out to the YNs.
All my oldies, y'all basking that.
Shout out to the YNs. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the older niggas too. Shout out Big Bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Unks. Shout out old schools. We fuck with the old schools too. You know what I'm saying?
It's going down.
You know what I'm saying?
It's going down, baby.
But yeah, man.
Come on.
Look, the first topic of the day, man. Yeah, man. It's not a little topic. It's a little heavy, but I just want to send a rest in peace to young Scooter, man. We want to send a rest in peace to young Scooter who died last Friday. They said he was running from the cops. There's been a lot of speculation as to what actually happened surrounding his death. When it first came out, they said he was running from the cops and he punctured something in his leg, like an artery in his leg, and he bled out. But then there was other stories of that he got in a shootout and he was shot. So it's still very unclear as to what happened, because people saying the police lying, Some people saying that, you know, everybody got the story all messed up. But I think to start from the beginning, young Scooter should not be dead, bro. Because the reason the cops even came to his residence was because somebody swatted a phone call. I mean, a cop call. So what that means is they called the cops on his place of residence, and they were nowhere near that place of residence. They were on another side of town. So they called the cops to this house and caused unnecessary problems for young Scooter, which eventually led to his death. And whether we don't know how it happened, but maybe Brian knows how it happened. I'm not exactly sure how it happened. I just want to say I feel connected to this because me and young Scooter shared a birthday, man. You know what I'm saying? So when I got this news, it was my birthday, and it was also young Scooter's birthday. And I'm like, damn, he passed away on his birthday.
Like, yeah, that's crazy.
That's
crazy work
on our birthday. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just been looking at this whole situation a little differently, man. Like, damn, man, you really gotta appreciate the time that you have here, and you really gotta understand that this life thing is so fragile, bro. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could call the cops on you from a whole nother place of residence and have you all fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But the girl was arrested who called the cops, and she was charged. I'm not exactly sure what she was charged for. I think it was like a fraudulent phone call. But at the end of the day, man, if we gonna complain about white people calling the cops on us for no reason and doing all this like foul shit, we also, in this instance, gotta hold this young lady accountable, bruh.
Her name is Demetria Spence.
Why you call the cops,
Demetria Spence?
Why you call the cops, Demetria? You know what type of time Atlanta police is on. You know what type of time police is on, especially in this era right now. You know what I'm saying?
The call is the craziest part. She said that there was a woman that was half naked being dragged out of there. She said that they were shooting. She heard 3 gunshots. You know what I mean? And she also said that there was a kid involved in the whole situation, which, if y'all don't know, when you say that there's gunshots fired and there's people being hurt, police, they don't come on some regular shit. They come suited up, booted up, guns drawn, ready to knock some shit down.
They looking at it like an active shooter.
Yeah. And you know, it's alleged that in the house that they called, that young Scooter was in, that they, you know, they hustle in that motherfucker. So what happened is the police knocked on the door, and I guess that they were surprised by the police coming because they was like, wait, what? So they opened the door and then they shut it in the police face, and the police already had a perimeter around it. So young Scooter and another dude run out the back. They say that he was running. He jumped over a wooden fence, and the wooden fence nicked his leg or got stuck in his leg, and it hit an artery. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is all up for speculation. I do know a lot of people were speaking out about it, including my boy Young Thug, who said that the coroner's office, the report came back and that he was shot. You know what I'm saying? And that tweet did get retweeted by Future. So these are 2 prominent Atlanta
artists,
superstars.
Yeah, artists that are close to Young Scooter. Future used to run with Young Scooter all the time. Like, that's his boy. You know what I'm saying? And all type of videos together. So, you know, what you're saying is true, bro. Like, they're speaking out, and that's why I said, you know, it did incite an outrage
when they posted that shit. Yeah, and right now, honestly, it got Young Thug in some hot water.
Yeah,
y'all know old lady. Y'all know old lady Fonnie Willis. She wrote a letter to the judge, and she basically is trying to petition for Young Thug's probation to be revoked because of that. And he also was talking about the DA and how, you know, basically she's a liar and stuff like that. So they're trying to get Young Thug thrown back in that jail cell, which is really crazy. Well, I was gonna say something about freedom of speech, but I guess when you're on 15-year probation, ain't no freedom of speech. You better just shut up.
They've effectively taken away his freedom of speech because when you tell him he can't talk about things related to gangs, right? Or inciting any type of violence or insinuating that you want something done, they gon' they gonna have you by the balls. And this is why we said Young Thug. This is why we said Young Thug taking his probation the way he took it is very tricky, because you could say something that lands you back in jail. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Young Thug is in hot water right now, but his lawyer did speak out, and his lawyer is protecting his client and saying that, you know, anything that Young Thug said was well within his rights. He didn't say anything having to do with the gang. He didn't speak violence outwardly towards anybody. He just said how he felt about a case. You know, I think Atlanta police are very, very sensitive right now because they dropped the ball in front of the world, their world, in front of the judges and the fellow cops and the cop world and all that. They dropped the ball with that Young Thug case. You know what I'm saying? They had a highly publicized case. It was the longest running trial in Georgia history. And it ends with this prominent artist that you claim to have orchestrated these murders and orchestrated this organized crime, with him getting let off on probation. So I think anything Young Thug does is going to be looked at with immense scrutiny because of the situation at hand and the backlash from the criminal side of it. So you got to be careful, bro, because you can land your ass back in jail. And they won't hesitate, bro. They want him to go back to jail, bro. That at least gets them a win. So, no.
I agree, man. R.I.P. Young Scooter, man. We're going to have more news about this when more news does resurface.
R.I.P. Young Scooter, man. Yo, yesterday, I don't know if you got the photo I sent you, but Drake's lawyers withdrew claims that Not Like Us was botted. So basically what happened was a judge filed a motion to make UMG turn over certain legal documents to Drake's team so that they can review them and see if there was any illegal botting done to promote Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Obviously, we know the story behind that. It's a Drake diss. But they made them turn over papers to Drake's team and to see if his case had any validity. And not too long after, they withdrew claims that Not Like Us was botted. I have two things I think about this. I think, one, Drake seen something in his team seen something in those Not Like Us papers or that ordeal that was also done with his music. You know what I'm saying? So I think he quickly withdrew that because he was like, oh shit, like this is basically the same thing that's done with my records. So I'm not gonna touch this. His lawyers do still feel like they have a case. I'm not exactly sure what the case is now because it seemed like the whole case was centralized around Not Like Us. So if you're taking out your claims that they botted or promoted this song in order to harm your image, I don't feel like you have much of a case left. So I'm not sure what you think about it. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on it. But is Drake's case done?
I don't think it's done. I just think that we talked about it so much. You know what I'm saying? Everybody uses bots. I think that if he did win this lawsuit, which I don't think he will, that it'll change the music industry. You know what I'm saying? As far as how numbers are counted and stuff like that. So I think that this becomes bigger than Drake, bigger than UMG. This is a case that could seemingly affect the entire industry, you know. So him dropping that, I just think that Drake is trying to prove a point. Drake is trying to say, hey man, y'all did this, and I don't really think it's about the Kendrick thing. I don't really think it's about the bots. It's about the money. Drake was trying to re-up. He was trying to get a new deal to get more money, and obviously after the battle, they tried to offer him less. So I think that's what all of this is based off of. It's all about the money, and I think that at the end of all of this, they'll come to a substantial agreement, which will just pay Drake what they were gonna pay him anyway. You know what I'm saying? He deserves a deal. If y'all seen, the Nokia song is back to number 3 after the video dropped, and if y'all haven't seen that Nokia video, y'all make sure y'all go check it out. It's gonna debut number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100s, and this is without the label push.
Well, this is not a debut. It's more so just it's gonna reach number 3 because debut. Well,
I meant debut by the chart for this week. It's gonna debut with this week's chart at number 3. Yeah, the song has been out for a while, but yeah, I meant this week.
My point is it's not going anywhere. It's steadily climbing. It's not like this is.
But imagine if he had that UMG push. This would be a number 1 song. You know what I'm saying?
I still think he has the UMG push because
I mean, to the extent that, let's talk about 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
No, it's
that
not.
Would be number 1.
No, it's not that. But I also don't think Drake wants that right now because it doesn't. I think the way Nokia is steadily moving up organically is way better than Drake just debuting at number 1 because it shows a staying power. Like if you look at a lot of Drake's past number 1s, if you want to talk about Slime You Out, it was only number 1 for 1 week. If you want to talk about What's Next, it was only number 1 for 1 week. If you want to talk about Way Too Sexy, it was only number 1 for 1 week. With Nokia, it debuted top 10 and it's steadily moving up. I seen somewhere that they said this is Drake's longest charting top 10 in nearly 5 years. So it's organically starting to get its own legs as opposed to the label just putting it in your face. And I think this is what Drake needs because it shows that, I have a staying power on the charts. It's not just I debut at number 1 and this is the song that is being pushed by the label and it looks manufactured. I think a more organic push organic reach to a Drake song is needed for his career right now because it sets him up perfectly for his summer drop, which they say is coming.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I'm glad it's up there.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's dropping some of the basis of the case.
I have one critique about the video though. Drake, colors, bro, colors. Like this was the perfect opportunity to make like a 808s and heartbreak level type of video color wise. I just think that
I think he should have did the club thing.
To me,
I think he should have did the club thing.
Or like with a lot of colors, bro. Like I just feel like the black and white is cool. And I understand that it's aesthetically kind of where you're at right now because the No Face video, it was black and white. A lot of this shit is just in black and white, which I think he's doing strategically or like metaphorically. He just is not telling anybody exactly what it means. But the Nokia video, man, I just wish it had some color, bruh. Like I think it's such a boisterous song. Is the beat sounds like the 80s, it sounds like that in the 90s, like some dance shit. I just think doing the video in black and white kind of is like it's a bit of a ball drop to me. But Drake is dope. I love the fact that the record is steadily climbing up. I like Nokia way better than I like that Give Me a Hug song. So, shout out to Drake. Shout out to Team. I definitely want to see this record hit an organic number 1 because organic number 1 means it beats out Luther, which is currently the number 1 song by Kendrick and SZA. So we're gonna see. We definitely gonna see.
I agree. On the Hot 100s for urban charts, it's above Luther. It's number 1. So
yeah,
maybe it'll bubble up. To knock down the reigning champ, Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, sir.
We'll see, though.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
see.
Speaking of Kendrick, reports came out yesterday that 20 out of 23 of his shows are sold out on his tour.
That's cool.
That's
I don't expect
crazy.
nothing less. I don't expect anything less from Kendrick. I'm not surprised with the numbers. I'm not surprised with the sales of the tour. I'm not surprised about none of that shit. I expect that. I would have been more surprised if 23 out of 23 would have been sold. I mean, you know, when somebody's on that level, you just expect like you expect the most. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I think that that's great for Kendrick. I love Kendrick. I would love to go to a show.
For sure.
And I think at this time, after the Super Bowl, after everything that happens, he deserves it, bro. He deserves it. And I think as we get closer to the tour start, everything will be sold out.
Yeah, I think he's gonna kill this tour, man. Like
for sure.
If anybody's seen the Mr. Morale tour, like the shit he did on Amazon Prime, then you know Kendrick is somebody who definitely takes a lot of time with his tours and it puts a lot of thought and effort into them. So I'm super interested to see what he does with GNX, because again, Mr. Morale was a themed album. GNX is kind of him just getting his shit off. So shout out to Kendrick, shout out to PG Lang, shout out to TDE, man, shout out to SZA.
It's going to fuck down. Kung Fu Kenny, K. Dot.
Yes, sir.
Let's fucking go.
Also, another stadium tour was announced. Chris Brown, Breezy Bowl. He's going.
Hey, I heard floor seats for Chris Brown. The tickets starting at $1,000.
Yeah.
Hey, but Chris Brown is a legend. We talked about this on a couple of pods ago, man. Chris Brown is a legend. You already know everybody wants to go to the Chris Brown show. I seen him practicing some dance moves in a couple of videos, man. I think we finna get the old school Chris. We finna get the dance moves. We finna get the choreography.
Yes,
he probably gonna be flying over the stadium in some type of harness, doing backflips and side corkscrews and shit, man. Chris Brown is one of the best performers that we really have out right now. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And I can't wait. I already know he's gonna go viral his first couple of performances. We're gonna see a lot of shit that we haven't seen. I think that he's getting his set right. I think he'll have all the theatrics. He'll have the smokes, the flames, everything.
And I think by the name of the tour, it just shows you what he's trying to set up for. I think Chris Brown is about to get that Super Bowl, y'all. I really do. You calling it the Breezy Bowl. It's in a stadium just like a Super Bowl would be. The Super Bowl is in California next year. Chris Brown is a resident of California. I think Chris Brown needs that Super Bowl stage. He needs it, bruh. He needs it. The world got to see that this nigga has been doing this at a high level since he was 15. I know y'all don't agree with a lot of the past, and we not condoning that. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to performing, that man is one of the best to ever do it, bruh. One of the best to ever do it, and I love the fact that I see so much outpour for his stadium tour. So I do think Chris Brown is gonna snag that Super Bowl, man, and I think he's gonna kill it on tour. I think Kendrick's gonna have a great tour, but I think there's gonna be more moments with this Chris Brown tour, bruh. Like, Chris Brown is a full-out performer. So, nigga, shout out Chris Brown. And we ready to see that, man. We ready to see that.
I agree. In other news, though, we got a couple of albums that dropped.
Who dropped?
My boy Dirk, man.
Dirk. I haven't listened to it yet.
My boy Dirk dropped.
I haven't listened to it yet. Will Smith
Deep
dropped.
Thoughts. Will Smith dropped. Moneybagg Yo done dropped. It's called Close the Door.
Hey.
So it's been a lot of music that dropped. I listened to the Dirk shit. I like it. It's dope. I think a lot of stuff was taken out though, as far as like just the wordplay. You could tell that he would have got more in depth. Cause the Dirk that we like is more like riddle type of Dirk. Yeah, we murdered y'all, but they don't know it's me type of boogeyman type shit. And I feel like on this one he really got into like more of a artist bag as far as like the production and just the song structure. It's not that typical drill Dirk that we know and love.
Which is understandable due to the circumstances. Obviously we all know what Dirk is in jail for, or what he's awaiting trial for. So it makes sense that they would go for more of the singing songs, bro, the more production heavy songs, because anything else might incriminate him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we know Dirk is for the turn up. You know what I'm saying? Dirk got the drill shit. Dirk got the shoot 'em up. You know what I'm saying? He got a couple different bags he could get into, but due to the circumstances, I understand why he took this approach towards his album. Now I haven't listened yet, but based off the reviews I'm seeing, based off the reviews I'm hearing, yeah, it just seems like a lot of the Dirk fans are like, oh, this is more so melodic Dirk. We used to drill Dirk. But y'all gotta understand, man. That man in there fighting for his life, bruh. So you gotta know. Some things you gotta draw back on when you're awaiting trial, bruh. You don't want to do nothing too much, bruh. Speaking of which, it was reported that a man who was a leading suspect in the shooting of Sauce Walker and the murder of Say-So P was found dead in Houston. Now, I'm not sure of this young man's roots. I don't know if he's from Memphis. I don't know if he's from Houston. But
he's from Memphis.
And he came to Houston post the murder for like to run away, right?
Yes. Yeah. I think he came over here to run because Memphis is pretty close to Houston in the grand scheme of things. So I think he just came over here. He assumed that nobody would try to find him there. You know what I mean? So yeah, but he was found dead, and I do kind of think that that's a little weird because guess who's from Houston? Sauce Walker. So for him to come over here, been found, I think one of the main reasons that he was found dead is allegedly the people that Say-So P took the money from or whatever, just alleged. They were some big motherfuckers. Like, they were some thorough guys, and I think that their reach reaches beyond Memphis. And once they found out, once the police found out who he was, I think he had to go. You know what I mean? They don't want to get caught.
That's true.
They don't want this to be a conspiracy thing.
That's
they don't
true.
want everybody to know, who did it and why and stuff like that. So I think, hey, when you in the streets, this type of stuff happens. So, yeah, man, it is, like I said, it is crazy, bro. It's crazy as hell. It's crazy as hell that he was found in Houston, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that
prayers for Say-So P, prayers for Sauce Walker, man. Unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate, man. Yeah, moving on though. Kanye.
Oh, Kanye, man. I couldn't wait to talk about this. With academics. Yeah.
What you got to say about it? I haven't watched the full interview. I just seen clips. So
I seen the full interview. I seen the full interview. I was blessed to see the full interview. What can I say? I think we said this a couple of pods ago, man. Kanye is, I think we should start calling him Kanye. He does have an album dropping soon, I think in the next couple of days. He was actually on Act Stream yesterday. He was on Act Stream yesterday, and he was chopping up a beat, you know what I mean, and listening to beats, because he is going to drop an album. But as far as the interview, man, Kanye is going nuts. Now let me say this: the outfit ridiculous. The things that he's no for real, bro. A black KKK shit ridiculous. I just don't really understand the symbolism with Kanye right now. Like I feel like he's really trying to make a bold statement. The things that he said, regarding the Jews and regarding, just all of this hate that he's spewing towards these people. And he said a few things about Cardi, and Kanye is just really off his rocker right now. I don't know what he's planning, because he always keeps us like second guessing and wondering. But as far as the interview, man, it was a nasty interview, and I say that because of the things that he said. Y'all really got to go watch the interview to know the full scope of what he got into. But Kanye is just in this weird bag right now, where he's doubling down on everything. He's doubling down on all of his claims, and he got a chance with Act to explain it, because Act really just let him talk. He asked a few questions, and if y'all seen Kanye interviews, he really just rambles on. You ask him one thing, he gets off like 10 thoughts, you know what I'm saying, before you can ask him another question. Then he doesn't really answer that question. I feel like Kanye just uses these interviews to just say whatever the fuck he wants to say. It's not really about him being interviewed. It's more about him getting off his thoughts. And I feel like he's doing the same thing on Twitter. He's just getting off his thoughts. Now, Kanye goes on to explain why. He talks about his children a lot. He talks about just basically being hurt by Virgil, being hurt by a lot of the people that are around him. And the people that hurt him the most are the people that he's aiming at right now. I think it's more of like a personalized view. And I think as consumers, we're really taking what Kanye is saying like as a blanket statement over everything. But I think that the tirade that Kanye is on right now is personal to him. Yeah. And just the fact that he's such a big celebrity is why it's bleeding over into our thoughts, and now everybody has an opinion on, because honestly, we have freedom of speech, so we can say whatever the fuck we want. And I think that Kanye is talking about things that are relevant to him, things that hurt him, and I think we're just able to have an opinion about it. Also, he was talking to Act, and basically after he was done talking to Act, they had a little segment where Act calls Aiden, because we all know Aiden Ross. We know that he's Jewish and whatever, and Aiden really had a strong opinion about it. He was basically saying like, that Kanye is one of his favorite artists, but he doesn't like how Kanye is getting into the anti-Semitic bag. He doesn't like that he's getting into, just this hateful bag. And he really was telling him like, how about respond to these people with love? Like you made all these gospel albums, and there's some of his favorite albums, but it's just the rhetoric of all the albums and how it's based off hate. And Kanye ended up responding to Aiden and basically says like, I'm talking about things that are personal to me, right? You get on your stream and you have people up there smoking. You have people up there talking about murder. You have people up there, just demeaning themselves. You have strippers up there. You have, you know what I'm saying? And Kanye's retort to all of it was like, this is the things that you show the kids, but you're talking about me and what I'm showing my kids. You know what I mean? So with that argument, I think that they were both right. Kanye has his own point. Aiden does have a point, because I think Kanye is really going like crazy as far as like doubling down on a lot of this shit that he's saying. So all in all, it was a crazy ass interview, bro. It was a crazy interview. You have to go watch it. Like I said, the outfit was crazy. And Act didn't really cut anything out, so you actually seen him pull up to the Airbnb or wherever the fuck they was at. You seen what Kanye was wearing. This motherfucker goes into his bag, pulls out this fucking black KKK suit, goes to the bathroom, puts it on, then just comes out like. Imagine that, bro. Imagine you go to interview somebody. They're dressed regular, then they just come out of the bathroom with some shit like that on, with the straightest face ever, looking you dead in the eyes, like, all right, you ready to interview? Bruh. I know Ack was at a loss for words. Like, that was some crazy ass shit, bro. Like, shit. In all seriousness, that brought me to my fucking knees. Pause. Like, as far as like, why? Kanye just doesn't give a fuck right now. Kanye is just going ridiculous. And he also said that he was evil, because Act basically asked him, like, you know, why are you doing all this stuff? Why are you saying all this stuff? And his only response was, because I'm evil. And like I said, man, I think that these things that Kanye are talking about is personal to him, and we don't understand. But it's all about how you say shit. It's all about the way that you carry yourself when you're saying this. And I think that Kanye is doubling down on a lot of things that are really, really like touchy subjects. But he said why he's doing it. You know why? Because he's a fucking billionaire. He's not controlled by nobody. Nobody is fucking paying him. He dropped his when he did his Shopify thing where he had the weird symbol on the shirt. You know what I mean? They took it down. He made $40 million in one day. So he's basically saying, like, look, nobody controls me, nobody pays me, and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna say whatever I want. And man, I think Kanye is. I just want to wait and see. I want to wait and see. What do you think about this shit? What do you think about it? As far as like the clips that you seen and the little parts that you did see, what do you think about everything that Kanye is talking about right now?
He just sounds like a kid throwing a fucking temper tantrum. Like, he reminds me of that nigga that you go to the you go to the corner store to buy a pack of.
Nah, I'm listening. I'm also on the TikTok live. Shout out everybody that's tuned in right now. You can't hear Khalil, but he is talking in my ear. So when we get the full episode, y'all be able to hear exactly what we talking about. But anyway, continue, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, he just sounds like a guy who stands outside of the corner store and like screams at people. Like when you walk into the corner store to get a pack of blunts or something, and then you walk out and it's like
he like the old uncle that's just
he's like this
at the party and he just drunk and he just talking shit and just spewing a whole bunch of bullshit.
And everybody's like, oh, that's Uncle Kanye.
yeah. Oh, that's Uncle Kanye. You know, whatever. Like.
That's what he sounds like.
I do get that.
And then you know, it's also disappointing because, you know, as somebody who grew up a avid Kanye fan, you know what I'm saying? Like a
lot of us are. A lot of us grew up Kanye fans. A lot of us, and I think that's basically what Aiden was getting on. As far as like I was a big fan of yours and a lot of the stuff that you're saying is really hurting me.
Right. I'm starting to really challenge the idea of what it is to even be a fan of something or someone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think I'm to the point now where I can appreciate what you've done, but I don't have to be a fan of you. You know what I'm saying?
You learn to separate it. You learn to separate the person from the music.
Right, but it's also kind of weird because it's not even that. It's like, yo, I can appreciate what this meant for me, but I'm not putting it on. I'm not about to play the new Kanye album. Like, I'm not about
You're not going to play it?
No. Nigga, I seen...
Did you see the track list, bro?
Bruh, I seen the first song has Dave Blunts on it. I said, yeah, this ain't for me.
Did you? But have you heard World War III?
No, I haven't.
Bruh. Before you give your opinion, I think you should listen to that song, bruh. It's actually dope. And you know what? I think that since Kanye was messing with the little AI and this, I really think that Dave Blunt's recorded that song, like all of it, all the verses, everything of the song, and then Kanye switched the voice from Dave Blunt's to his voice. Because when I heard that song, I'm like, bro, this literally sounds like Dave Blunt. Just like even the pronunciations of a lot of the things that Kanye was saying on the song, I'm like, nah, bro, Kanye doesn't sound like that. Like, this is AI. So I think that when we get this album, it's gonna be a lot of that. And you say you're not gonna play it? I think you'll hear it in passing though.
I'm good.
I think you'll hear it. Like it's gonna be a.
What I'm saying is I'm not mad if I do hear
like
it.
Bad.
But nigga, I'm not going to search for the Kanye Dave Blunts. I'm not. I'm not, bro. I'm not going to listen to the Kanye Dave Blunts collab. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Like, I don't.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You've been hating on Dave Blunt since he came out, bro. Come on, man. Get a man a chance.
I recognize that Dave Blunt has a talent that he's specifically skilled at. But I've never been into that, bruh. I've never even been into that type of music, bruh. For real. Like, I always look, like, a lot of people was like, oh, he's copying Juice WRLD, right? But to me, Juice WRLD was an anomaly in that he could make that type of shit, but this nigga would go on LA Leakers or any freestyle.
Yeah.
And
freestyle
just
for fucking 30 minutes.
Nigga, and go crazy, nigga. Not just freestyle. Yeah. I'm talking about he would go nuts. Juice WRLD. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I see the gimmick with Dave Blunt's, and then I see him copying something I've already seen done better. So it just feels like a cheap imitation.
I feel like with Dave Blunt's, there's some bits and pieces. There's certain melodies that he can hit on that are Juice WRLD-esque, but I feel like in totality, like, I don't know if you ever seen the interviews with Dave Blunt's, because he's like a real genuine guy, bro. Like, right. He's like a, I'm not
debating that. I'm not disputing.
You know what I mean? And I don't think that he's trying to be the next Juice WRLD. Like, when you really sit and you listen to the things that Dave Blunt has to say, he's just like, he's heavily influenced by Juice WRLD. He found a way to amplify his own voice. You know what I'm saying? In that way. But I don't think that he's trying to, like, I don't think he's trying to be anything for anybody. He's just making music that's home to him. He's making music that is true to himself. And does it sound a little bit like Juice WRLD? Yeah, it does. Did Juice WRLD do it better? Come on, of course, bruh. It's fucking Juice WRLD. But I feel like with this newfound friendship with Kanye, I feel like it could really push Dave Blunt into the mainstream. Because, you know, he's a fairly new artist, but I think that with all of this shit going on with Kanye and him being the only feature on the album and him actually I think Dave Blunt wrote a couple of the songs on this new album. I'm not completely sure, but they did hint towards it. So I'm going to give it a pass through, bro. I'm going to give it a pass through one time. But that World War III track is definitely something you should hear, bro. I think so. But this Kanye shit is crazy.
I feel like you're trolling.
I'm not trolling, bro. I'm dead serious. Like, I heard it, like, cause I think I was scrolling through YouTube or something, and I heard this snippet, and I'm like, I heard Kanye's voice, and I'm like, damn, Kanye got a new song? Like, what the fuck? Cause, you know, I'm not really tied into Kanye like that, but I heard it and I was like, oh shit, like, this is decent. Like, just the sound of it, like, sonically, you gotta listen. I mean, cause that's what we get from Kanye. We get the sonics, we get the the beats and stuff like that. I mean, he is on a crazy tirade, but I think that regardless of anything that he says, the music always shines above it. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we really know Kanye from. And I think that as long as he continues to give us good music, no pun intended, as long as he continues to give us good music, I think he can say whatever the fuck he wants, whether it's good or bad.
He can, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have its effects on how it's viewed and how many people take it seriously. Because the people that you're now trying to market yourself to as an artist, I don't think they really give a fuck about art. I think they give a fuck about you saying something crazy. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, you know, in a lot of cases, it's just, I feel like the bark ain't worth the bite. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In a lot of these cases. So, hey, man, if Kanye feels like this is his journey and this is what he wants to do, fully support him making his own decisions. But, yeah, I just think, you know, I'm cool with the albums that I have. I'm cool with the albums that I have. But,
that's fair.
Yo, we gonna take a break, man, cause we definitely have a guest coming for this pod.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are gonna take a break, and then when we come back, we're gonna have my boy Steph the Juler on the pod, and we're gonna talk about this new Worthy Tapes Volume 1 album in depth, and we're gonna really get to the nitty gritty about it. If y'all have not heard it, y'all make sure y'all go check out Worthy Tapes Volume 1 by Khalil Jamal, Steph the Jules, and let's get it in, man. So when we come back, we're gonna have Steph on. Man, like I was saying, we had to take a brief intermission. Now we added a special guest to the pod, man. Give it up for my boy Jules.
Yeah, what it do, man?
Give it up, man.
What it do, man?
Round of applause.
Glad to be here.
Yes, sir.
Man,
we finally got you on the pod, bro.
What is we doing, Brian?
Nah, we turning up.
Shout out to the Man What Podcast,
one topic
man.
we need to talk about. One topic specifically we need to talk about, man. Y'all ready?
What's that?
Yes, sir. What it is, man? What it is?
My brothers just dropped a
We
tape,
know what
man.
it is.
Worthy Tapes Volume 1, man. Let's talk about it. First of all, before we even get into anything, man, Jules, go ahead and you know what I'm saying, introduce yourself to the pod, let everybody know where they can follow you at and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. So I'm Steph the Juler, man, checking in from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of the north side. You know what I'm saying? As they mentioned, the Worthy Tapes has now been released and is on all platforms, man.
Yes.
With my running mate, my guy, Khalil Jamal.
Yes, sir.
And you know what I'm saying? We're here to talk about it, man. And if y'all want to reach me personally, my tags are Steph.Jules on Instagram, and then Jules Athletics, the brand, which you see us rocking all the time. You can find that Jules Athletics as well. You feel me?
You rocking
JULES Athletics. You know what I'm saying? So hell yeah, man. Y'all tap in. Worthy World Records too. That's the record company. You feel me? That's the first project we putting out under that label. So you know what I mean? We out here, man. We pushing it. You know, it's time to make them moves, man. Time to make them moves.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. So y'all make sure y'all go follow my boy Jules. It go the fuck down, man. So anyway, we doing this segment of the pod. My boys just dropped a new tape. So I want to hear a little bit about it. You know what I'm saying? Khalil, let us know the track list, and let's just go ahead and break down each song, how y'all felt, you know what I'm saying, and how y'all feel about having a tape out. So I'm gonna let Khalil take the show, man. What's up?
Yeah, so the tape is 5 songs. It's mini, man. We not asking for much of y'all time. It comes out to precisely 15 minutes.
It's a 15-minute tape.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
they shot
Look
15
at
minutes
the
of
good
fame.
time.
Look,
Oh, bro,
it's precisely 15 minutes. So we start the tape off with the Worthy intro, which we released last month. That's kind of been the song that's kind of been leading
Solid
us
record.
into the drop. Yeah, but you know, that kind of that didn't really start the tape, but that I kind of brought that to Steph because I had that beat in the tuck for something else.
Yeah.
And you know, when you in the zone and just writing and just making shit, you make something and then you kind of like, damn, this actually would be hard if it was me and somebody else. So I came up with that first part, like, if you don't know about it, nigga, you know, if I got it, you got it.
Yeah, he mentioned
And I knew
some of that in Worthy Conversations too. Like,
yeah,
he got a YouTube special out, you know, kind of diving into every track. So you know, we'll probably get to some little different.
Yeah, but you know, it was just us in the crib vibing, bro. Just knowing that both of us wanted to make something. Both of us had to make something. Steph had just released a tape in 2023. It's called We Talk in Practice. And when I first moved here to Vegas, we shot a video literally like the same week I got here for his tape. And at that time, I don't think I was even really telling Steph that I was making music actively. I think he knew I made music, but it wasn't like we was like, yo, we about to lock in on the tape.
Right.
Like, it was still, you know what I'm saying? It was still new. It was still like, all right, like I'm still kind of feeling this dude out, seeing if we even are on the same wavelength. So I think we just started chilling, kicking it. We was talking the clothing, like, because obviously Steph has Jules Athletics. We was talking the clothing and shit. And then we started talking the music. And then one night, man, we just start playing beats on some shit.
Y'all decided y'all was gonna come together on some shit.
Nah, not even, not even, bro. Not even, bro. Like,
not yet.
We literally was just like, dang, okay, we got a few songs, because the first song we made together is not even on the Worthy tape. I don't think that'll come out.
Oh,
but
y'all were just experimenting.
We were just literally, bro. Yeah, like vibing on some shit, bro.
Exactly.
Like you saying, that was that was the first day, right? Like first day when we had actually had the mic and shit though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was, you know, the kind of the first day we was like tapping in.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But like I said, I didn't think we was gonna make a tape until I recorded Designer Clothes. Okay. I think it was Designer Clothes where I was like, hey bro, we might got something. Yeah, we might actually got something with this. Like, cause I tried to look for the lyrics for Designer Clothes to see when I wrote it. But if you remember, I didn't write that shit. We were sitting on the couch. We played the beat. We just played the beat. Okay. And then I freestyled the hook, and then you stood up like, nigga.
Right, yeah. Nah, you're right.
Yeah.
Nah,
he was like, oh, shit.
Yo,
you got something, man.
Nigga, that's it right there.
Exactly.
One of them was like, bro.
Exactly. And then when Steph wrote his verse to Designer Clothes, I was like, yeah, we definitely got something. And I didn't really write my Designer Clothes verse until like the day before we went to the studio to record it. I was like, damn, I still don't got a Designer Clothes verse.
What's crazy, I still don't even think, bro, at that time, because by the time you know, made Designer Clothes and that idea came about, we had how many more tracks at that point? Or not? Well, was that the second one we made?
It was like this second or third.
Right, okay, all right.
It was like a second or third one we made.
So you was on it even earlier than I was, bro. Yeah. As far as even thinking tape, bro. I'm just, you know, I was on.
You just vibing.
Been on go, bro.
Vibing.
Ready to make and just do whatever type shit. So, but yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like,
that's what's up. That's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear that y'all was able to build that bond together. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, I've been knowing Khalil for a long time, so I already know the love he has for the music. And he doesn't really do too many features. You know what I'm saying? All the years I know him, I only know him I could count all the people on my 10 fingers that he didn't did features with. So for him to actually get out a tape with you, I know it's love there. I know it's y'all both got the same level of love for the music. I respect that. I respect that. I like it, man. I like it. So let's get into the track list and just tell me a little bit about each song, just so the fans have something to hold on to as they're listening to the Worthy Tape Volume 1.
Okay. Well, look, Worthy intro is just like it's an intro. It truly is an intro because we don't have a real hook on it, for real.
Yeah.
Like we got a part that's catchy and that's hook worthy,
Right, yeah.
but it's not an actual hook on that joint.
Right.
We just say I feel worthy.
The track is built.
Yeah.
It's not
like
not typical at all.
It's like it's like a verse, hook, verse, end. So it's truly bringing you into that world.
It's very
Designer
simplistic.
Designer Clothes is the song with the hook in the verses. It's kind of more so the banger of the tape.
Yeah, that's
if you want to talk
single worthy kind of track for real.
Exactly.
And the fact that we didn't even give y'all that, like
exactly. So it's just like Designer Clothes is just like the banger of the tape to me.
Yeah.
But these are all beats that I either found online or I just had in the tuck. I'm like, I'm gonna touch this, and then we gonna get to it. But the third track on the tape is Not Like. And what's so funny about Not Like is I wrote this song in June 5th, 2023. I got the exact date. I wrote this
2 years ago.
June 5th, 2023, bro. It's been a minute since I wrote
that hook. You saying, right?
Yeah, that hook.
Yeah, because you had already had that shit.
Yeah.
What made you bring it out now?
Wait, you talking about Designer Clothes or Not Like?
No. I'm talking about Not Like. Not Like I didn't have 2 years ago. But what I'm saying is a lot of the songs on here, I like the verses form or the hooks form, I wrote a minute ago. You feel me?
Oh, you talking about the verse. You talking about the verse.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
You know, but
I was about to say that Not Like hook. That's what you would kind of
Not Like. Yes. The Not Like hook is what I wrote 2 years ago.
Oh, so you did write it.
I wrote Not Like in June 5th, 2023. But what's with the story of Not Like, obviously like last year, y'all remember? The hook of Not Like. I wrote that 2 years ago, but that's produced by Steph's uncle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Not Like is produced by Steph's uncle. That's really the only in-house
music.
Talk about keeping it in the family.
And what's crazy is that's the only in-house producer we got on the tape.
Yeah.
Like obviously Brandon, Brian knows me to work with Brandon or work with anybody that I know. Right. This tape don't got Brandon on it. Brandon mixed the tape. You know what I'm saying? Brandon mixed and mastered the tape. So he does have his hands on the tape, but as far as production, he doesn't have anything on the tape.
Ain't even on it.
Right. But and what's crazy is the first song we recorded together, like our first No High Fives, you remember that? That's produced by Brandon. That's produced by Brandon.
That's crazy.
So, shout out Brandon, man, a phenomenal producer.
And what's funny about that?
Yes, sir.
That song that we didn't end up releasing, that verse on there, I had one, like kind of like you saying, I had that verse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just happened to work with that. So
so
crazy how that shit worked.
Not Like June 5th, 2023. I remember I wrote it, and it always reminded me of like some classic hip hop storytelling joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we always liken it to Warning by Biggie. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how we wanted the video to look. That's how we got that. We still got that. Yeah, we still got that in the works. But yeah, I've always wanted that to be like the classic hip hop storytelling vibe.
That shit just feels like that. The fact that, bro, you set it up though. The fact that you came in on it like that. Yeah, it instantly made it a movie, bro. Instantly. It already.
Yeah, it was real gritty.
Sounds how it is. Sounds how it sounds. But the fact that Khalil came in on it how he did, bro. He literally set the scene, bro. Like he said, I'm getting dressed about to head to the like, nigga, step on the track. That's the first thing he's saying. Like, it's like, damn, bro, it's a movie. You already kind of picturing that shit.
Exactly. So. And that's just always the essence I want to add to anything that I touch. Like I always want to add an element of like something different. We could have easily just gave you 5 bangers or 5 this, 5 that. I kind of wanted it to feel like a cohesive project. Like I wanted it to feel like, okay, this feels like a collection of art. You know what I'm saying? Like this feels like
a soundtrack or something.
Right.
Exactly. And this truly has been the soundtrack to our lives for the past year and a half, 2 years, bro. It really has. Like, we had other songs on the tape that we ended up taking off. We had ideas. And then we just came to the idea that, you know what, like 5 is good. Like 5 records is good. Like, that's fine.
Quick 5 piece.
Quick 5 piece. You know what I'm saying?
Made it obvious on its own though. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like we didn't have a whole bunch more songs necessarily, but like you saying, it just kind of almost pieced itself together, and it just fits so well. It's the perfect little package to, say what we trying to say. So.
Nah, for sure. But the interesting story about Not Like is obviously damn near like 6 months later, 8 months later, we get the Drake and Kendrick beef. And Kendrick releases
Not Like
a
Us
song
comes
called
out.
Not Like, exactly. Exactly. So, and I remember the day Not Like Us came out, Steph hit me. And he was like, bruh. He was like, bruh, did he really drop a song called Not Like Us? And I'm like, bruh.
I know y'all was blown away like, fuck.
Brian, bro, I'm on some, nah, check me though, Brian. In my head, bro, I'm instantly like, I mean, obviously, first thought is like, what the, nigga, that's my song.
Yeah.
But, immediately after that, Brian, I'm like, bro, this shit is divine, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Worthy intro, bro. He brought this shit up later, bro. We realized later, but the sample sounds like it's saying Worthy, bro. And we didn't even realize that shit till later. It's like, bro, there ain't no bass, no none of that. That shit is angelic. We coming all ripped with the intro, but like, bro, for the Not Like shit to happen, bro, it was like, this is unreal, bro. We got shit in the phone, like you said, bro. I think it was June. It was the first day we start recording. It was like June 9th. 23, bro. This is 2023. Y'all have the video. Like, we're going to get into it. We got content to, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get all that.
This is history in the making.
Bro,
that's
all
I'm
saying.
Here.
Like, bro, this shit, we was looking at this like I said, in my head, I'm like, bro, this shit is divine, bro.
And we got to the point where, I ain't gonna lie, there was a point in time, me and Steph had to really, really, really talk about Not Like. Because I was like, nah, bro, we should scrap this shit. But Steph was like, nah, bro. Like,
Khalil does get strong-minded about that type of stuff. Like,
because I'm always just like, damn, I don't want it to look like I'm biting a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want niggas to look at. And that's ultimately why we ended up naming it Not Like instead of Not Like Us. You feel me? Like, I had to find some way to differentiate it.
Like, y'all, this shit gets so deep though, bro. It's down to the merch, bro. Like, I mentioned this shit. We got Worthy Conversations. You know what I'm saying? That shit coming out. First episode out right now, but Worthy Conversations. I'm gonna just give y'all this little gem. You know what I mean? Juler live here, but bro, this logo, the logo flip that we got for Not Like, bro, was a logo I'd had like probably 5 years ago. Cause y'all know Jules is the brand. So the J, obviously I'm inspired by Nikes, stems from that a little bit. But the flip on the Nike shit was originally with my brother Mike, bro, like, so it's like, bro, I had this logo flipped already. Shit was Mike J on some like, you know what I mean? It's Michael Jordan, but it was really Mike and me. You know what I'm saying? Mike and the homie. So the fact we had this logo in the tuck, I hit Cleo that day, bro. I'm the visual guy, which y'all, gonna learn if y'all tap in. Bro, I'm instantly thinking visual merch. I'm like, bro, I already got the flip, bro.
It already worked out.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We throw the red up top, the red knot on top of the like switch the Nike to like instead of Mike. Like, it was like, bro, this shit out of here.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, bro, this shit.
That's dope.
It's so many like just intertwinings and like meaningful shit that happened with this tape, bro. Like, again, not trying to, bro, just organically. So,
and if we move forward to Hustleaholic, that's another song you had for a while,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like he said, one of his homies, was it Mike?
Bro, Mike
don't even like Hustleaholic. Mike does not like Hustleaholic,
bro. Like, I had that song for so long, bro. It was on another beat, like. This shit the beat was just nothing like what it is. Shout out to the producer on the beat, too, young nigga, but
you know what I'm saying?
Like, bruh, I had that shit for a minute, and like I kind of was telling Khalil again, we was talking about it in the conversation, but it's like it was one of them tracks. It's like, bro, I had it for so long, but it means something.
Yeah.
And it's like the fact of us making a tape, we realized we was making a tape. It fit with the storyline and the plot of everything.
100%.
So it was like, it wasn't gonna make sense not to put it out. It's like, bro, you can't, none of this other shit even makes sense if that piece is not there, kind of thing. So
yeah.
And with all the tracks, that is one where, as far as me, I'm even like giving you harmonies and like, you know what I'm saying? Even
Stacks.
give you stacks and all that
type
verse.
of shit.
Just straight up rapping, because with my voice, bro, it's, I know this shit. I'm older, more conscious now, but like my shit can get monotone, bro. And it's like, being an artist, you have to kind of self-analyze and shit like that. So
nah, for sure.
Niggas got to a point where it's like, bro, I gotta realize you gotta use your voice, the inflections in your voice and shit like that. So like I said, on the tape, that's just one where I'm actually doing that. So we gonna build on that track for sure. Like,
that's what's up, man. All you gotta do is keep on building. That's the ultimate goal of all of this shit.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And then the last song of the tape, obviously, is "Stay Down," and "Stay Down" is another story of like a song that was made well before. Like "Stay Down," I wrote that in Texas. I wrote that 3 years. I wrote that 3 years ago in Texas, and that was the first. Because I had heard a few songs. Because I checked the date. I wrote it. I wrote it in 2022.
It was just a beat you had.
I had the beat.
The beat, right? Because remember that was the first beat you ever sent me, bro.
That was the first beat I ever sent you.
See if you can do some shit to this.
Because at that point I had learned that you rap, and then I heard Hustlers Don't Cry.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit. I was like, he could actually rap. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna send him some shit. So I sent him "Stay Down," but it just had the hook on it. But during that time, I think I had penned my verse. I had penned my verse a little bit after that, and I ended up recording like a little demo, sending it to you, and you didn't really say nothing to it. So I remember you saying like, "This is fire." It took me a minute. I remember you saying it was fire, but I think it kind of needed to be more flushed out. Like I still needed some work because even Brandon, when I sent him "Stay Down" with just me on it a couple years ago, he kind of just brushed it off a little bit. But I knew, I was like, nah, "Stay Down" is special, nigga. I was like, nah, I was like, I don't care what y'all niggas talking about. Like, I'm gonna re-record this song and y'all gonna hear what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then, literally, we recorded it February 24th, 2024. That's really when we recorded the full tape, damn near.
Right, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much the whole tape came about February 2024 at the studio. Shout out Sauce Miyagi, man.
Because I remember y'all talking about it.
Yep. So once we recorded "Stay Down" in the studio and Sauce kind of put his sauce on it, bro, and like went crazy, like... That's when I walked out the studio that day. I felt like, nah, we got some shit now. Like, it wasn't nothing you could tell me. And then it wasn't nothing you could tell me. Two, I knew that we could sit on this for another year, which we ended up doing. Well, we could sit on this for another year, and it's still gonna be that.
Said it, bro. I give it up to them, bro, because bro, I was so on go with this music shit, bro, because I just been. We getting of age and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Again, we, kind of briefly talked about this before. Yeah. But it's like, bro, I'm trying to solidify, like, bro, I don't need nobody playing with me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, nah, bro, this shit real. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we coming for real. Like, this shit not a game. I'm not, just like the brand, bro. I don't have no t-shirt company. And I don't have no t-shirt brand. Nah, bro. Like... We having merch, like, you know what I'm saying? We got merchandise, like, you know what I'm saying? So, again, it's that separation, bro. It's like, so, you know what I mean? Again, like I said, though, shout out to Khalil, though, because I'm looking at all this music like, bro, once we had this shit together, we like, bro, we got 5 pieces. I'm like, bro, let's go, bro. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's put this shit out type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's figure out the cover and all that. So, throughout time, obviously, I started obviously to agree more because I'm all story, you know what I'm saying? And, making sure this shit looks the way it's supposed to look and everything. So sitting on it and goddamn doing what we had to do.
Had to get it mixed,
right?
mastered,
you know what I'm saying?
Had
the
to
mixing
do...
and mastering part, because that's where as far as me, that's where I lack the knowledge of. Like, where I come from, bro, I'm from the A. Like, I know niggas that get on and they doing this shit right from the crib, and then something catch in a nigga that is on kind of help you and start mixing your shit kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I'm just in my head, I'm on go. I'm like, bro, I know my shit hard. Like, nigga, let's put this shit out and let's just keep moving on it. But like I said, over time, it's like we get to talking. It's like, damn, nah, bro, we gotta goddamn put, you know,
you gotta treat it like a baby.
I mean,
you gotta grow it and nurse it, and
for real. We
you know what I'm saying?
We planted this seed, and
on top of that,
really
the mixers start coming back, and he was hearing the difference.
Right, exactly.
That's what really happened. The mixers start coming back. He was like, "Oh man. Shit!" He was like, "Oh,
hey man,
shit.
What we talking practice? I did all that myself." So
yeah,
again, it's like, you know, I'm just
recorded it in the Jeep,
not knowing, like,
recorded it in the Jeep,
right? In the Jeep, bro.
Recorded the first mixtape in his car, bro.
Real bars.
Wow,
bro,
I didn't know that.
You recorded
that's dedication right there.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, that shit, all that shit really happened. So, you know, we talking about it in the bars and shit, but you know what I mean? Like I said, shout out to my guy, bro. When we here, it's like, this shit for real, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Already moved, so it's like, damn, bro, hell yeah, let's do it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And then, shit, that cover.
Yeah, I was just finna ask that. How did the cover art come together? Like, what was y'all? What message are y'all trying to convey as far as like the Worthy cover art?
Movie, bro.
The message I was trying to convey, I really wanted it to look like a movie, bro. I wanted it to look cinematic. I wanted it to look like. Have you ever seen one of those like New York films? Or like photo shoots where it's the person and then everybody else is blurred out.
Yeah.
But it's like people walking and like passing.
Right.
I kind of wanted it to look like that. I wanted it to look like we was passing the bag off. Like, and the most important thing about that cover is the bag. You know what I'm saying? Because what's in that bag is supposed to be symbolic of everything we kind of built. It's supposed to be the brand. It's supposed to be, you know, the dedication. It's supposed to be
some gems for him too.
Yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to be some gems. You know what I'm saying? So it's up for interpretation. Who's passing the bag to who? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's more so just like we helping each other out. You know. So and you know, so that's kind of what I wanted. I kind of wanted it to be symbolic of that, because that's where we were in our lives, and that's where we still are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we helping each other out. We giving each other the keys to the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, the keys to get into the bag. And if you look at the cover, the most noticeable things about it is the Worthy script on the bag.
It's the only thing that you can even read.
It's the only thing that you could clearly read on that joint is that Worthy script. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I just think it's just symbolic of where we are. You know, how you interact with people that you are in business with and that you love and that you want to see grow. So that's kind of the
to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying though, as far as the shot and how you were saying, what was the reference though? Like how everything was
like a New York photo shoot where it's everybody on the road, but it's these two people who are kind of focused on. Now let me
tell you, when he brought the idea to me, because really it's another reference that we don't necessarily have to say, but it's, you know, we kind of like the progression on this album that somebody put out. And when he mentioned that to me, I was thinking like in my head, bro, y'all know how like the surveillance cameras on like the traffic cameras and shit can, you know, they be taking, they could take a picture or take an image
video.
I was kind of thinking in that sense. So like obviously the angle is the aerial angle or whatever, but like the pass off, I'm thinking on some drug deal type shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Somebody caught you with the pass. So it was like, that element was just, you know, she was just crazy. And the fact that how it came together was just, you know, it's wild. It's like, again, we got more gems to give y'all, so we ain't gonna say too much as far as, you know, the symbolism. But, you know, just know the bag special, bro. So cover special, bro. That shit.
Yeah, that was one of my
says a
favorite
lot,
parts
bro.
about the tape. It was shooting that cover because we did this photo shoot. We got the pictures back, and we was like, "Damn, bro, we missed the mark." And then again, Mike,
Shit crazy.
wasn't it?
Right.
Again,
yeah,
Mike. Shout out Mike. I gotta still meet
Real
Mike, but
talk.
like
Yeah, that's the
at
bro.
the end of
Y'all
the
going
day,
there.
bro, like Mike still was like, "Nah, bro, this the one." He told that to Steph,
Right.
and then Steph sent it to me, but Steph sent it with the Worthy script on it, and I was like, "Nah, bro, it don't feel right.
Right.
It just don't feel right." Then he was like, "I was like, yo, put the."
Cause I damn near, yeah. Cause I was almost there with you, and then it was like, what was it, like a week or two after that? I'm like, nah, Khalil, I think this shit might be it.
And then
like I
squared
said,
it up.
then when Mike said that, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, this shit is, cause it started growing on you, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
damn, nah, this shit might be it. Like, nah, this shit is it. Cause that shit was crazy, bro. It's crazy. I really need to get mine. I don't want to.
Get right there. You put it right there.
Oh no, that's real.
Yeah, you straight.
Cause you know I was gonna get.
But that's how a lot of it is, you know. Some especially with art, you gotta take time to appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? At first, you might not like it. At first, you might think, "Oh man, this is it doesn't strike me the way that I thought it would." But then, like once you sit with something for a little while and you really just soak in it, you start to realize, like, "Oh shit, like it's something here." You know what I'm saying? This is the diamond in the rough. You feel me?
Yeah.
No, it really was though, bro.
Sure.
None of this shit was forced, bro. It was like,
yeah,
damn, really, like you said, the fact that we went back and assessed something that was already actually there and done was like, damn, that's how you know it's like crossing T's, dotting I's. Like it's like, you know what I mean? We making sure we make the correct step before we just stepping out. So that shit, you know, came together nice, bro.
So now that the tape is out, you know what I'm saying? It's been out for almost a week now. How do y'all feel the reception has been?
Nah, it ain't been a week, nigga. It's been 2 days.
Like that, bro.
It's been 2 days.
I said, hold on, damn, a week?
It's been 2 days now.
Yeah, we dropped.
So I said it's almost been a week. So during the last 2 days, how do you feel like the reception has been? Like, are you getting the feedback that you thought you would, or is it better?
It's been 2 days.
It's been. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's been it has only been 2 days, but it's been surprising because I thought people's favorite song would be Designer Clothes, Stay Down. But I've been getting a lot of not like feedback. Feedback, bro. Like a lot of people love not like. Like they talk about it, you know, having that Biggie feel, having that just gritty feel. Like people love not like, which I'm super shocked at.
That's real.
Like I done had like 4 or 5 people tell me something about not like.
It's funny. I was gonna let you hear a recording, bro. One of the homies hit me this morning because it's like I got a few people, you know, that you know have said things, but it's to the point where it's like I got to get it to more like music critiques, like people who actually critique music. Because like I got family and friends. I feel like, I mean, I have friends that would for sure tell me if something was weak and shit, but like that. But I'm not getting enough of the feedback that I want necessarily. So again, I feel like I got to get it to smarter ears. Like, you know what I mean? But like I said, one of the homies hit me though this morning on some, like, bro, he loves Designer Clothes and not like, you know what I mean? On some
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
He hit me with all that he did this morning was like, damn, I fuck with that. I appreciate that shit. You know what I mean? Somebody actually give you that real feedback. Like, I really appreciate that.
That's real. Yeah, like I got the most feedback is from me, like from people I know is not like, and then people just love Designer Clothes for some reason.
More
like I think it's just because it's that banger, it's that shit you could just hop in the whip and just ride to. No pun intended.
Right.
But my personal favorite off the tape is Stay Down. I just think that encompasses everything that any entrepreneur or any person on the come up. Like whether your journey is sports, whether your journey is music, whether it's fashion, I just feel like you could relate to that. You could relate to that if you the 9-to-5 guy, the street guy, or this guy, or that guy. Just knowing that, you have a vision and that you want to stick to, and you just got to stay down with that vision and, continue to make your mark with how you going to make it. So Stay Down is my favorite, my personal favorite. But my favorite verse on that joint, it to me is still your verse on Designer Clothes, bruh. Like that to me, your verse on Designer Clothes, you nigga, it's like I threw it. Like you ever seen that? You ever seen that picture where Wade is running out of bounds and Bron is just and it was on Miami word. That to me is Designer Clothes. Like I'm Wade in that instance, and you Bron just bringing that bitch home. Like,
cause I done told him before, bro. As far as how my music journey has gone, like I'll be in a situation where it's like, bro, I was around OGs. A lot of my OGs make beats and shit. Like obviously my uncle that made the track 3, Not Like or whatever. But it be beats that's like, bro, ain't no, and I'm not a freestyler. And let me just say that too. Like, I, can kind of do a little something here and there, but I'm not necessarily the freestyle guy. But we used to sit around hours, bro, listening to beats and shit like that. So it was like,
yeah,
I ain't never had the beat though that's like fun. Like, you know what I mean? That Designer Clothes to me is like, it's a beat that's, it feels like this era. It's like it feels fresh. It feels new kind of thing.
It still feels new.
And like again, so what I'm saying, I didn't have enough of those beats. A lot of beats and stuff I was getting is like, just some real hip hop shit. But shit that's like, bro, I would need to go sit with that and make a whole song and make, you know what I mean? And really some heartfelt shit. So this Designer Clothes beat, bro, when you first played it, I'm like, nigga, I looked at Khalil like, what, bro? This shit out of here. I already knew. I didn't know what I was even gonna say necessarily yet, but I knew it was out of here as soon as he played that shit. What?
It costs to be the boss.
Comes in, I'm like, nigga, that shit.
I've been the table where everybody eats and niggas run off with the sauce.
I mean,
but I create the wave. I'm still the current. One of the just how you learning, nigga? What?
It's in the bars, y'all.
I'm telling you, that Designer Clothes verse to me, it's also it's the same thing with the hook on Stay Down, bro. It just encompasses that mentality of somebody trying to get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You feel that hunger. You feel that grittiness. You feel that that drive and that passion towards this shit. So I've always loved Designer Clothes verse, and that was one of the most fun songs to record too, because I just remember how I did that verse, and then I did some shit where it was like Sauce dropped the beat out, and then I was like, oh, I was like excited,
like what?
And it happened the most organic way, bro. He was like, I'm keeping that, and I was like, all right, keep it.
Kept that.
Then he put like a little auto tune flip on it, nigga. Like I'm telling you, everything that happened with this tape just literally happened so naturally, bro. As far as the creation of it, you know what I'm saying? So again, it's just one of those things, man. Like you having fun, and you're gonna make some dope shit. If you know what you're doing and you having fun, you're gonna make some fire shit.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that y'all had fun making this tape. It's a great listen. If y'all haven't, y'all make sure y'all go check out Worthy Tapes Volume 1 by Khalil Jamal.
Juler.
Steph, the Juler. Come on, man. Man, it's been so great having Jules on the podcast, man. And these last 2 minutes, just let everybody know where they could follow you at one more time. Let everybody know where they could get you to get the clothing and stuff like that, man.
Facts.
Solo my dog.
So one, man, I just gotta say big salute to my guy Khalil Jamal and my boy Brian, man. Can't wait to actually lock in with you. We got shit to do
coming
in the future. You know what I'm saying? You're a creative yourself, so we finna get it on that front. But like I said, man, I just want to say big salute to the Man What podcast and y'all having me on, man. It's truly an honor for real, because y'all been locked in and doing what y'all doing and really building the audience, building the community, staying on topic, talking about the, talking about the shit that niggas really need to hear, the culture need to hear, you feel me? Like, so big salute to y'all, man. And as far as where you can find me, man, again, Steph.Jules, Jules, on Instagram, you feel me? And on Instagram, it's got all my links in the bio, you feel me? Stay tuned to merch, bro. We got way more merch coming. We just kind of getting started. Like I've been building for all these years prior, but as far as the direction of where we're going, it's gonna be again, like very calculated, and you know what I'm saying, it's time to make that separation of what we're doing. So yeah, so again, Steph.Jules on Instagram, Jules Athletics on Instagram, worththeworld.com. Y'all stay tuned, man. Big salute, man.
All right, Brian, you want to take us out of here?
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all boys for staying up here with me, man. Y'all just finished watching another episode of the Man What Podcast. Man, what? I'm here with Khalil Jamal. I'm here with Steph the Juler. It goes down every single time we touch this mic, man. Y'all make sure y'all go follow us everywhere at Man What Podcast. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all of that, man. This is Gam Gam's favorite podcast. She watches every single episode, and we appreciate you, baby. Y'all stay locked in. We got more guests coming. We got more conversations coming, and we just pushing the needle in this podcast space. So y'all stay tuned in, man. I appreciate y'all. It's love. We out.
Peace.